All right, folks, Sweet 16 action on a Friday for you. BangTheBook.com. Brian Blessing in Las Vegas. And a lot of exciting opportunities on the wagering board in these Friday games. And you just talk about a recap. The favorites won every game in the round of 32, and the dogs were 20-12 against the spread in round one. So the house did well in the beginning, and then the players got the best of it on the weekend. Let's move forward to the games on Friday with LSU and Michigan State. Michigan State opened 6.5. It's down to 6. Total on the game is 149. Cassius Winston, this guy's been the go-to guy for Michigan State. We know Izzo always peaks, knows how to get it done in this tournament. And you look at Michigan State, their two games beat Bradley handily 76-65 and then throttled Minnesota 70-50. They're 1-1 against the spread, 1-1 over and under in this tournament. But LSU is the wild card here. Played a good game against Yale. Yale's a good team. 79-74 was the final, and then survived against Maryland 69-67. The one thing I would say in this game, LSU's a really quick starter. And then they, for some reason, take their foot off the pedal in the second half. I'd be looking at the points here with LSU in the first half and then look to reload with Michigan State in the second half. Some teams just have that mindset. They can't get out of the gate or they can't protect the lead. I think LSU is a quick starter. Look for them to cover in the first half. Virginia Tech and Duke. Duke 8 down to 7.5. 145 down to 144.5. The one thing that happens every year, team that wins the tournament survives a massive scare. Duke certainly fits the bill here. UCF had them on the ropes. In fact, had an opportunity to take a big lead and put that game away. They didn't. Then they had the tip-in roll around the rim and out at the buzzer. But Zion Williamson just put the team on his shoulders. He just willed them to victory in that game, but they survived, and that's the big thing. You look at Duke, though. They're 0-2 against the spread in their first two games. Virginia Tech, now you're jumping in the deep end of the pool here. They played St. Louis, who just can't shoot it in the ocean. But then they beat a good Liberty team, 67-58. The one thing, 42% from three-point land from Virginia Tech in these first two games, 2-0 against the spread and 2-0 to the under. Of the four games here on Friday, probably the one I'm the least inclined to come up with a decision. Now, Virginia Tech beat them, but don't forget, Williamson was not in the lineup then. Then you get Houston and Kentucky. Kentucky 2.5. The total is 135.5. Listen, Kelvin Sampson has Houston playing at a high level. The cat's out of the bag. They're not sneaking up on anybody. They beat Georgia State and Ohio State. But clearly now the competition gets a little more fierce. 2-0 to the under for Houston in their first two games. And you look at Kentucky, they beat Abilene, Christian, and Wofford. And Wofford couldn't shoot it in the ocean in their game against Kentucky. They deserve some credit for their defense. The total on the game is 135.5. The foot sprain still a question for P.J. Washington, probably looking under the total. Houston and Kentucky in this one. Auburn and North Carolina. Bruce Pearl, that's the one they talk about good entertainment. Watch this guy on the sidelines. He's a wild man. He's just a Tasmanian devil during the games. And he's going to have a lot of angst in this one, but they've got a 10-game winning streak going. They force turnovers, and they can knock down three-pointers. They beat New Mexico State, survived. Another team that survived and then makes a run. 78-77 was the score there. And then throttled Kansas by 14. North Carolina does have an edge on the boards here. They beat Iona 88-73. Then beat a good Washington team 81-59. I'm looking at points in this game. And North Carolina was 5.5, bet down to 5. But the total went from 160 to 163. And I think that move makes complete sense here. I'd be looking for this game to be higher scoring and go over the total. This Auburn team can shoot from three-point land, and they've hit at least 12 threes in their last 7 games. So pretty compelling opportunities for you on the wagering board. To look at Friday's game on the board for you in the Sweet 16 right here at BangTheBook.com.